I would like to welcome on the show today Amy McGowan, the director of the amazing new musical video Team by Lord. Amy planned, produced and evaluated this video. Thank you so much for joining me to discuss the use of media technologies and how they really helped you throughout your creative process.
No worries, I'm very glad to be here, to be able to share all the benefits but also the difficulties I have had with using technologies throughout the project.
All of your research, planning and evaluation was posted on Tumblr for the entire world to see and admire. Did you think this was a helpful platform as a media student?
I felt that Tumblr really allowed me to be creative with all the stages of the process, as I could include multiple images, links, as well as unlimited text to really allow detailed explanations and research. The best aspect of the platform is being able to include a lot of images, as I felt it allowed me to back up my explanation to my choice within the video. However, it also helped show my research into previous videos, where I gained inspiration and knowledge, which influenced my own video. An example of this was when I became aware that the On the Beat J-Cut were common conventions, so I could capture that, then compare to my own video to show how professional our music video was to the genre. For the evaluation, I could include so much detail about really specific aspects we included and why, which I feel helped to reflect my knowledge and understanding of creating a music video.
Did you find Tumblr slightly unreliable or difficult at any point?
Mainly it was positive. However, sometimes with media technologies, they can sometimes crash or become unable to save content you have been working on. This becomes an issue on some occasions when trying to post blog entries, as it wouldn't allow me to save research or filming days that were important to include in the process. However, in the end, Tumblr would correct itself and become a brilliant platform for me to post a large range of content in all the stages. It also included millions of other blogs where you can gain inspiration for a costume, set or themes that could be included in your digipack and advert, but as well as our final video.
At any point in the process, did you find your phone or iPad useful?
Because we mainly just used professional camera equipment, it meant our phones and iPads were not needed to capture any images or videos for our music video. However, phones were useful to capture images of locations, costume and research we happened to come by. It meant we could have physical evidence of what we have been doing to plan, as well as the specific days we filmed. Our phones also helped us when we each individually liked locations, as we could catch them, then return them to the group so they could see it physically for themselves, which saved time, but also made our team stronger as we were all definite and confident in our locations. We never tend to use the iPad for video recordings. However, it was very good to have portable internet in case we need help finding the locations on maps or when researching in lessons. It was quick and had a very large and clear information and images.
What was your favourite media technology when researching for the music video and also when you were creating your digipack and its advert?
There are so many things that contributed to helping creating the video. I would say obviously the internet was amazing to gain great knowledge on what other music videos and genres look like. Google was super reliable for giving true information on typical conventions that fans enjoyed within our pop genre. It also allowed us to create questionnaires and timetable formats for the planning and research part. The questionnaires would give us detailed insight into the specifics of what our target audience would want, and the website SurveyMonkey would make it really clear for them to understand what we were really asking. We could then use this in our research with physical evidence from screenshots of our feedback. It also helped me in my evaluation question 3, as I could use the evidence from questionnaires to back up my points about what the audience feedback were. Google was never difficult and always worked whenever I needed it, so it was useful throughout each stage.
Could you tell me about the digipack and how did the internet help with that?
The greatest thing for developing the digipack and advert was being able to use DaFont on the internet, as it allowed me to get much more professional looking text which actually could reflect the style and genre of my artist consistently. The variety is so large on the site, so I had a massive range to choose from. I could use as much of it as I wanted, for both the digipack and the artist, to make it look consistent and recognisable to the audience across all platforms. The specific one I chose was Kyoto, which gave me a really bold and edgy font, which suited the artist and the music video perfectly.
That sounds really great. For the video, you used digital cameras. Did you think they did the job well?
These were specifically useful in the filming process, as it allowed us to create a whole music video the way we wanted. We used a Canon camera, however used multiple lenses to get a different effect for different shots. The camera was really good quality and made the image look clear and professional. My favourite part about the camera was the high definition focus lens, which captured the mise-en-scene's brightness perfectly. It was really nice and light, so it was easy to carry around and wasn't too large, so we could get a good position for the shots. However, sometimes its battery life struggled during filming, which sometimes became an issue as we weren't always finished. However, we always carried a spare battery, so it never became too much of a problem.
When constructing the music video, what technological platforms did you use?
We used Premiere Pro, which allowed us to really construct the video by adding layers, musics, and effects. This meant we could make it look professional. It allowed us to cut using the razor tool really specific sections that we needed for our footage. This was good for our quick cuts on the beat, as it allowed us to build tension and a better atmosphere. It also allowed us to colour correct on the platform, so all the footage looked a lot brighter and clearer with the highlighting tool. This was good for our London shots, as it could enhance the bright colours of the mise-en-scène. It also easily and quickly imported audio as well as visual clips. However, the time to render was sometimes very long and large, as our clips were so big, therefore it took longer than expected.
Did you find YouTube or Web 2.0 sites useful in your project at all?
YouTube was especially useful throughout the different stages, as it allowed us to visually see a large variety of different genre of music videos. This meant it was a lot easier to research specific conventions and likes and dislikes within our genre, as the audience would leave comments that helped influence our video. It also helped when constructing our video, as YouTube had lots of videos on how to use specific and complicated tools on Premiere Pro and After Effects. It also was a platform to share our final result, therefore allowing a range of people and audiences to see it. We didn't tend to use Facebook throughout the process, however it gave us another option to share our video with a wider audience.
It must have been a great advantage with YouTube being so popular. So Amy, tell us a bit more about Photoshop.
Photoshop was really useful in the post-production side when creating my digipack and advert, as it allowed me to merge and manipulate photos and text to suit my artist best. It was mainly amazing for adding colours and faded shapes, as it allowed me to really play with it, so I got exactly what I wanted. I was able to use layers to have text and photos on top of each other, so it looked like a real, proper digipack, allowing me also to erase backgrounds so images look realistic with the correct conventions on them.
Did digital audio come in handy for any specific part of your process?
Yes, specifically for my evaluation and on the post-production side of things, as it allowed me to clearly record my voice using my computer software. I did this for my first evaluation question, as well as my director's commentary, which really helped to get my points across clearly, as I could say it instead of having to put it on paper. This was especially helpful for me, as it gives me an opportunity to really express how and why I made decisions in an understandable way to my audience.
My final question, Amy. What was it like dealing with Prezi platform? I have heard it is not always easy.
I found it really useful for creating a presentation that's really creative and unique, allowing information to look more appealing and professional. It helped me for a lot of research, as I could create Prezi presentations to explain what I have found out to the class and to my peers about the history of music, etc. It was also really good for evaluating, as I can include images and arrows to back up all of my points I was making and visually show this. This helped my team, but also audience, to understand what I'm trying to say really clearly. However, sometimes Prezi doesn't always do what you want it, as it's more detailed and technical. This made it slightly difficult when trying to move text or insert images, but in the end it would always get there and produce a very visually appealing presentation.
Amy, thank you so much for coming in and explaining the process in so much detail. Hopefully I will see you soon again.